Hi everybody, so I'm just doing a really quick Etsy trend report, and this is like a yearly trend report. So I thought I'd look at some predictions for 2026. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I've done my research and I've got loads of really good information and hopefully good trends for you to follow for the next year at least. Okay, obviously I'll still do my weekly trends, they're always relevant, but this is just an annual trend report. Okay, so first of all, I am reading off my notes. I apologise now. So if I stop and start again, it's because I'm just having a little read, and I will try when I do my edits to make it look a little bit more smooth, okay? So first of all, we looked last week at the colour trends that were sent by the GWN, which is the Global Wellness Network, and those colours that they really highlighted were this bright red colour, like a jelly mint it's called, amber haze, which I think looks more like a mustard yellow, then an aura blue, which is very similar to like a very light sort of stone denim kind of colour. Then you've got electric fuchsia, and then their big massive trend was the transformative teal, which is absolutely huge. Now I don't know whether you've noticed, but Etsy have brought out their insight for Q1 and for 2026, and their colour trend this year that they're predicting again is something what they're calling a peanut blue, which to be fair I think is just a teal. I mean, they are two completely separate colours, but for me it's just a variation of the teal. Okay, so as long as you go for that teal, that's a really good trend to follow. The other one that they've suggested in terms of fabrics, and I know that some of us are print on demand and some of us are clothing experts as well, is the soft linen. So it's like a really nice linen material or fabric, but you can even if you're just doing like so for example social media templates, then you can kind of get that linen feel into it in some kind of like a collage with linen, or you know, the scrapbook kind of trend that's been going around, you could get some linen in that way as well. Okay, so those are the ones that I wanted to highlight first. Now, Joy, one of our members, the lovely Joy, has already added, and I'd not noticed it until today, but the Adobe Express have put their trend report out. So I'll put those links in the classroom or in the post as well. And then, of course, the Pinterest trends as well. So out of all of them, we had a good look at them. And for me, the one that stood out was the collage trend. It's very busy. It's very, it's got that junk journal kind of feel to it, scrapbooking kind of feel to it, and I just thought it would be nice for example, mock-up templates, social media templates. The carousels, the seamless carousels can easily be like a collage effect, and it's really good for personalization, and personalization is absolutely massive on Etsy, as I'm sure lots of you will know. So you can add like frames and things in a collage kind of feel, and then add your own pictures and personalize it basically. Okay, so then we do need to look at world and seasonal events, and this year is going to be a big one. So right at the start of the year, I'm already planning Valentine's, obviously, because these are, you know, traditional events. So you've got Valentine's, Mother's Day, we've got graduations, Independence Day, but I'll come back to that one in a minute. We've also got the solar eclipse, which hasn't been around in my lifetime. I've never seen it, so that's a big massive one. Okay, and I am kind of going into it, but let's just go back a bit. Okay, so world and seasonal events. So straight away at the beginning of the year, we've got the Winter Olympics in Italy, 2026 Winter Olympics. So obviously that is going to be huge, and in terms of design, we can get designs onto t-shirts, cups, mugs, plates, even into notebooks as well. But what we have to be really careful for, and I can't stress this enough, is making sure that we're not using any images that could be trademark related. So please check, okay? But like I said, massive theme, Winter Olympics, and it's all Italian. So you could do things like, for example, in my clip art shop, I will be looking at maybe animals with a winter ski theme or a snowboarding theme, or I might look at tobogganing with the animals, or you know, tobogganing people as well, or then I might look at the Italian food kind of side as well. So you know, it's really picking up on that niche and then taking it in different directions. Now, of course, then related to the Winter Olympics 2026, we've also got the Paralympics. And this would play massively into, for example, educational trends. So making sure that the children are tolerant, maybe assemblies and transcripts, Sorry if you can hear that, that's my alarm going off. You know, looking at diversity and all those amazing things that we could get out of it. So we've got like activity mats with all about the Paralympics, activity mats about the Olympics, activity mats related to that time of year. Okay, so again, those are really, really quick. So the Winter Olympics starts in February, so you really need to get your listings on as soon as possible so that they get lots of time to build up traffic, and the same with the Paralympics. Then moving quickly on, now this is more of a UK kind of theme, but it is the men and women's cricket World Cup as well. Now personally, doesn't really interest me, but I'm sure there are people out there that love cricket and want to celebrate it, so go for it. It's also going to be related to the patriot, I don't know how to say the word, but you could put on there the British flag, you could put on there, you know, cricketers. Again, make sure you're looking for trademarks as well, just to be certain that you're not crossing any boundaries. Okay, but again, that event starts in February and runs right through until March and April, so get on it as fast as you can. Okay, the other big event, now this is quite big in Europe, but obviously it's across the world, is the solar eclipse in August. So way back in August, it will be a solar eclipse. It's the first one in my lifetime. It's a lifetime kind of event, but there's loads of stuff on space and space exploration that we can look into. We can look into the actual images of the eclipse and have those on t-shirt designs or mugs again. We can even look into the planets as well, and you know, it might build up that kind of it might build up the momentum in terms of space, and for example a space related party invites about astronauts and space and planets. You know, it can go in any direction. Okay, then of course we've also got in June the FIFA World Cup. So obviously that's going to be huge in terms of football, but again there's loads and loads of clip art designs that we can get on there. Just be careful of the trademarks, obviously, with it being FIFA, and then we need to get those up and running really. If it starts in June, then we're looking at sort of March, April time. But yeah, that's a massive one as well. But the biggest one of the year, and this is going to be absolutely huge as Etsy sellers, is that it is the 250th anniversary of America. So in July the 4th, Independence Day, they will be celebrating 250 years of America. Now obviously you might think, oh, that's not until July, but actually it's going to be a massive thing throughout the year, and they're predicting, lots of people are predicting that it will start now. There's even people searching for it now, just to get ready, in terms of like t-shirt designs or family t-shirt designs, like a whole range of t-shirts just for your family, or you know, party decor and everything to do with it, hat designs, again mugs, massive. Okay, so this is really good. And in terms of the colours, it will obviously, you know, red, white, blue. We've got stars in there. Okay, so there's loads of different directions that we could go in with that one. Then in terms of my planning, so like I said before, we've got to think now Q1 and Q2, or Q1 going into Q2, so we're talking January, February, March. And like I said before, I've already put some Valentine's clip art in my shop. I've already got an idea for doing a Valentine's junk journal. Now I did do 2 Valentine's junk journals last year, and then I combined the 2 with the idea of like a coffee shop, for example, or a coffee theme. So I did coffee Valentine's, and I personally think I kind of missed that trend because I was so new and I didn't have as many listings, didn't get as much traffic. So I'm hoping that some of them take off from last year, but in the meantime I'm still doing more because I've seen in my trend the whimsical style coming through, so I've jumped on that. There is also the doodle style. Okay, so there's like little doodles on all the party invites and things, so they're a really good place to go. I was even thinking of the Procreate, because lots of people are using Procreate to make seamless papers, seamless digital papers, seamless designs. So again, that doodle kind of style comes into Procreate, and maybe it's just somewhere where we can kind of niche into, sort of get into that niche and use it. So I was having a play last night, but that's totally up to you, you know, it's just a suggestion. Okay, so I am definitely going to be planning some 250th anniversary of America clip art, and then I'm not sure where I'll go with the junk journals, but maybe some loaded tag junk journals, that might be nice. You know, we can have a think about that. Definitely the TV, wall art and all the pod all the print on demand, that would be amazing. Okay, then obviously I'm looking at Valentine's coming up soon. Soon after that will be St Patrick's Day and spring break, and of course Mother's Day for everybody except the UK, because the UK have it in May, but don't forget that across the world it's at different times of year. It starts in March, so get them up as soon as you can as well. Okay, so I just thought I'd bob on and do a really quick sort of annual trend report. I hope you've got it all. I am going to put the notes in the description and in the class, in the community, so don't panic, it's all there. And of course the replay will be in the classroom. My recommendation is to start thinking about your Q1 and Q2 sort of trends that you might do. So for me, I'm thinking, could we do some just after Christmas, between Christmas and New Year? But I understand that people are with their family, so again, we could just have a couple of us coming on and a couple of replay in the classroom. But if I do sort of like a break it down into the different months, what we could plan, what we can do, and I've got like a spreadsheet that I can make up, and we can get a plan together for our Q1 trends and what we're going to design. All right, bye for now.